I'm gonna speedrun this because I don't want to make it look like I'm trying to milk this, because I genuinely did miss out a lot in the previous video due to forgetfulness. So first of all, the site has a height chart. Rodion and Mersault are the tallest characters by far, reaching above 180, while Don Quixote is the shortest at around 160 centimeters. Secondly, the identities in these pictures look like they correspond to the following: Seven Association Isang, Jeong's Office Sinclair, Kurokumo Clan Honglu, Blade Lineage Otis, Zui crew member Faust, Kurokumo Clan Rodion, and Warp Cleanup Agent Dawn. There are a few that we don't really know much about, so for example, I have no clue what Gregor's or Ishmael's is. Gregor looks like a version of him with a prosthetic right hand, while Ishmael looks like a generic fixer. We can also see 4 more identities that are a bit harder to spot when you light up the picture. So on the top right, Warp Cleanup Agent Faust. On the top left, what looks like an R-Corp related Dawn, but I'm not so sure about this one. On the bottom left, I would argue a Reindeer Team Sinclair and a Kurokumo Clan Ryoshu. The Ryoshu you can tell by the tattoo, but the Sinclair, I'm just looking at the armor, I'm kind of grasping at straws here. Moving on, we also know that there's a relationship system in place for the game, which allows you to form bonds with your 12 sinners through friendly communication. The window menu also has mailbox and clipboard icons, which suggest a gacha-like system. We're also likely going to see stuff about the Smoke War in particular, and maybe some other events in the past. Lastly, abnormalities also make a return. A sanity system is in place for these fights, but there's also something interesting here. Instinct, Insight, Attachment, and Repression. It looks like the Lobotomy Corporation system is back and will affect your fights with abnormalities. And that's about it for everything factual. Everything from here is simply speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. Now, first of all, hear me out. I've talked a little bit about this in the comments, but I truly believe that time travel is going to be a huge thing behind Limbus Company. It's probably the main idea behind the Limbus Company bus, and honestly I wouldn't call this part speculation anymore since it's pretty much outright confirmed. In the promotion video, there are several lyrics pointing out to some kind of time travel. In the video, the clock on the front of the Limbus Company bus actually turns backwards right when the music peaks at Lament. Now you might be asking, this isn't a part of the website, why are you bringing this up? Well, on the website there's a screenshot of the Smoke War. But what you might not have noticed is this small little text on the bottom. It's Heathcliff complaining about them being stuck in the middle of a war. They are there during the Smoke War. Ha. Unless this is a flashback in Heathcliff's story, which I seriously doubt, it's likely that we'll be going back in time in some capacity. Also, the combat seems to rely on the player being able to match certain icons in a certain order, similar to the Road Home abnormality page. All gameplay screenshots have these icons on the top right, even if they are slightly blurred out. I believe that this is an order in which you're supposed to try to match the icons. You might then be asking what the colours for these icons are used for. I believe that there's a use this colour and icon on this turn indicator. Looking in these screenshots, there's an icon below each character's or enemy's health bar and stagger resist. Even the abnormality has them, but if you look even closer, let's take, for example, Faust in this screenshot because she's the only one that matters anyways. Do you see what I mean here? Or let's take, for example, Sinclair in the same screenshot. The enemy has the number 11 and a palish lock icon below their health bar and stagger resist. But on the top left, I believe that if you match the color and or icon on the counter given, you're given an advantage somehow. Extra damage, better RNG, etc. Lastly, ego. So I missed something in the last video. At the very bottom of the ego section, you can clearly see another ego. One similar to Rodion's in that it's flaming rather than ashen, though you can't really make the character out. It also seems like there's going to be at least 2 ego variants for each abnormality, one for 6 of the sinners and another for the remaining 6. And that's about it from me this time. I won't be making any more videos on this. The next video will be a lore context video for the associations, but this is to set up the next series of videos that I'll release. A speculation series on each revealed Limbus character, starting with Dante. So thanks for coming, make sure to visit again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!